How I stopped a DA from burying my son's case. A mother's fight for justice. Hi, I'm Sarah Rainey. I'm not a lawyer or a politician. I'm a grieving mother who lost her only child, Kenley Jean Rainey, to a repeat drunk driver. When I searched for justice, I didn't find it. Instead, I encountered political bullying, silence, and outright deception. The district attorney tried to silence me. They called me emotional. They called me senile. They labeled me a problem. They wanted me to disappear. Just to clear case number 6743 off their desk. Why? Because re-election was coming. And the faster they could close cases, the better they looked on paper. But my son wasn't a case number. He was my only child. And I was not going to disappear. I became a Momma Bear. I kept records. And now I'm sharing my experiences so no one else must go through this alone. Because here's what you need to know. The district attorney serves the state, not you. The victim's rights advocate supports the DA. So who truly supports victims? You do. If you're a victim who's been ignored, disrespected, or intimidated, this episode is for you. Let me give you the 7 powerful steps I used to reclaim my voice. Number 1, get a copy of your victim's rights. Start at the Office for Victims of Crime, part of the U.S. Department of Justice, OVC, is a valuable federal resource. Don't assume your DA's office will give you this. 2, inform the DA's office that you know your rights and you will enforce them. Say it clearly and calmly and firmly. 3, document everything, and I say everything. Every phone call, every denial, every moment you were ignored, sidelined, or bullied. Don't forget the dates and the time and who you spoke with. Yes, even the small stuff. It matters. Number 4, record calls if permitted in your state. If not, I recommend this only for reference, and be sure to delete after journaling the information. Protect yourself legally. Protect your sanity. Save emails. Never trust a phone promise. Get it in writing. Demand it in writing. 6, demand written communication. After 3 years of stonewalling, I finally received an email from the victim's advocate, and it was misleading. They told me the man who killed my son was in jail. He wasn't. They didn't even know where he was at. 7, if they say you don't need to be there, or we'll let you know later, say this: please confirm that in writing. Because selective memory is real. And when you're in shock, your memory might be selective too. I know mine was and still is. Because guess what? They will lie. They will gaslight you. They will say you misunderstood. But written proof locks down the truth. I was told I had the right to attend hearings, but I wasn't notified. When I found out on my own and showed up, I was denied a safe room, which was my right. And I was forced to stand where I came face to face with the man who murdered my child. Then, without warning, I was surrounded by marshals and taken to a private office to be intimidated by the DA himself. No warning, no support. I was treated like the criminal. But I documented everything, and so should you. And this isn't just my story. Across the U.S., other victims are bullied by the same people who are supposed to protect them. In Los Angeles, Deputy District Attorney Tatiana Chalion spoke out against soft-on-crime policies. Her boss, George Cascon, sent someone to her home to intimidate her while she was on medical leave. In Arizona, County Attorney Andrew Thomas and Sheriff Joe Arpaggio abused their power to attack critics and judges. But guess what? Andrew Thomas was disbarred. Joe was sued and publicly exposed. Because people like you spoke up. Because they documented the abuse. Because they followed the blueprint. Let me recap the final blueprint for fighting back. 1. Document everything. 2. Demand written proof. 3. File official complaints. 4. Go public. Speak out. You do not need permission. You do not need credentials to be credible. Your story is your power, and it can't be silenced unless you silence it. One more warning. Avoid using the offender's photo or full name. That can give the defense attorney a loophole. Don't give them one. Be careful what you do and what you say when it comes to the criminal or the offender. My efforts forced accountability. The courts issued a rare apology to me. The man who killed my son is now in prison, and my next fight is keeping him from getting parole, and that'll be every 2 years. And those 3 officials who failed me, well, they are no longer working at the DA's office. My voice made change happen. My fight mattered, and it still matters because it's helping other victims find the courage to speak up. But here's the truth. The DA went on to become a judge in family court. That's what happens when voters aren't paying attention, or worse, when they don't vote at all. The title judge doesn't always mean fairness. It often just means no one held them accountable. That's why I created this channel. To tell you, you're not alone, you're not crazy, and you're not overreacting. You are being gaslit by a system that protects itself and criminals. But together, we can fight back, and we will. I am Sarah Rainey, the proud mother of Kenley Jean Rainey. Thank you, and please subscribe to this channel.